Hey friends, and welcome to the Paparazzi Stars podcast. Here we chat about all things paparazzi. Tips, tricks, suggestions, and weekly challenges. All to help you grow and explode your paparazzi accessories business to rock star success. Welcome back, my friends, to another episode of the Paparazzi Stars podcast. I am your host, Anya Bohm, and today we're going to be talking about selling versus sharing. So I hear it all the time. I'm not really good at selling things. So let's talk about what it is to be a shareswoman instead of a saleswoman. Now, before we get into that, if you are busy, you can't take notes, whatever is going on, I totally understand. So head on over to paparockstars.com/sharing and you can get all the show notes from today, the call image, which we're going to talk about in just a second, and a bunch of other cool trainings and things like that. So again, paparockstars.com/sharing for today's episode. Now that call image I mentioned just a minute ago, it's actually really cute. It says, "I'm not in sales, I share. I'm a shareswoman." And that's kind of what it's all about, at least for me. I don't like selling things. If it was like life or death to sell something, I probably could manage to do it. But I much enjoy helping people and sharing with them. So when I kind of took the whole paparazzi thing and I reframed it as I'm sharing $5 jewelry with people who like $5 jewelry, it made it a little bit different. But also when I'm doing an event or a home party, and instead of just sitting there and kind of letting people do their thing, I can share with them fashion tips. I can share with them matching jewelry, and it makes the party better. It makes my customer service better. And it makes the customers know that how much I actually care about them and that I'm not just in it for the sale. Sure, I like it when they spend more money, but it's more about the service to me. So let's jump right into the topic for today. Now, when I think of a salesperson, and I'm sure it's kind of the same for you, when I get like an icky feeling in my mouth, maybe you know what I mean. That image of the pushy, intimidating used car salesperson comes to mind. They could care less about who you are and what is best for you or your budget. They all want the sale. That's it. That's all they're about, is getting that sale. It's no wonder that when we talk about sales, we get the heebie-jeebies. It's definitely not the kind of person that I want to be. So let's talk about some things we can do to help us become the people who share and care instead. So the first thing is matching items. Now I mentioned this just a minute ago, but one way you can give your customers great customer service and show them that you care about helping them is finding items that are going to match what they like. It sounds harder than it actually is. So if you see them looking at a necklace that has a matching bracelet, walk over to them and say, "Hey, I have the cutest bracelet that will match that necklace perfectly." Walk over, hand them the bracelet, and then here's the big secret. Everybody ready? Walk away. That's what's going to differentiate you between that pushy salesperson and somebody that's just trying to help. If you stand there and you watch them, it makes them feel more pressured into buying that bracelet and the necklace together. And sometimes maybe they're just not a bracelet person. But when you walk away, it releases that pressure and gives them room to shop. It also lets them know that sometimes you have matching sets. So if they like matching sets, they can ask you. It's a win-win. The next thing you can do, let's head on into that, is giving compliments. When you're at a party or at an event or just out running errands, if you see someone who's doing something that you like, or maybe they're wearing the most awesome pair of shoes you have ever seen in your entire life, let them know. You can never hear enough that your outfit or your hair is cute. How would you feel maybe if somebody walked up to you in the grocery store and was like, "Girl, you are killing that outfit. Oh, snap." Wouldn't you just get the biggest smile, and it would totally make your day, right? Think about that on the receiving end. We want to help people feel like that. So whether you're at a party or an event, it's a great way to break the ice. Compliments make the giver feel great, and they make the receiver feel great. And again, nothing is tied to it. They don't feel like they have to buy from you, but it opens up that communication and it lets them know that you care about more than just your jewelry. Now you can also compliment them when they're trying on jewelry and be like, ooh, girl, that headband, killer, right? Or that necklace works really good with your eyes. It like brings out the color of your eyes. But be sure they're genuine compliments and not just compliments that are trying to make them buy the things that you have. The next way to be a shares person is to greet your guests. So when they arrive in your booth or at your party, walk up and say hi. Shake hands and ask them their name. It helps to break the ice, and then they will know what to look for when they have, or who, so not what, who. They'll know who to look for if they have questions or if they're ready to check out. This is especially helpful like if your booth is really busy or even the party's really busy and guests don't know who you are because they've never shopped from you before. You don't want them wandering around and being like, oh, who do I give my money to? Or if they have a question, you want them to be able to ask. So it's a really nice way to just tell them, hey, I'm the person you need. If you have questions, let me know. I'll be walking around. You can strike up conversation a little bit better this way too. Give them a compliment like we just talked about. So you walk up to somebody, you say, hi, my name is Anya. I'm your paparazzi consultant. What's your name? And then they tell you. It's amazing. People just tell you. And then you can say, I love your purse. That is the cutest purse. Where did you get it at? And now you're in the middle of a conversation with them. Okay, so the next thing, I kind of just alluded to it, but we're going to make it official. Ask questions. When you get to know your customers, there's no better way than asking them questions. So what brought you to the party tonight? Are you looking to accessorize a particular outfit or just looking for something that strikes your eye? That tells you, what they're looking for right off the bat. You can also ask questions about the kind of jewelry they like. So are you a ring person? Do you like necklaces more? Now that's all product based, but you can also ask them personal questions too. Now you want to be careful. There's kind of a fine line here. You don't want to grill them and be like, so tell me where you're from. How many kids do you have? What's your husband's name? What does he do for work? Do you guys think you're going to stay here for forever? Because then they feel like they're being interrogated. But if it's a natural flow to the conversation, go ahead and keep talking to them. It's great to get that communication open and build that repertoire, because people buy from people that they know, like, and trust. So you're building that trust, you're building that connection so that they know you, so they're more likely to return to you as a consultant. If you ask questions as well, it helps people to feel less like that you're forcing them to do something, and they have more of an option to say no. So if somebody's kind of looking around in your booth and they're like, oh, just say, hey, is there something in particular you're looking for? Maybe a color that you like? They just say, well, I don't know. Guys are really great at this. They're like, oh, I'm looking for something for my wife. And then you're like, okay, does she have a favorite color? That's a great way. You take them over to your blues and say, these are my blues. Does she wear necklaces? Does she like rings, bracelets? You can kind of guide them a little bit better that way. But then it feels more like you're trying to help them instead of just saying, oh, you're shopping for your wife? Well, she must like pearls and she must like blue and she needs a red. And then you have 50 items in their shopping cart when they really only needed a pink ring because that's what their wife really was looking for. So be sure and listen. That's the second part of the asking questions, because when you listen, it's really easy to keep a conversation going and to find what you can do to help them. It's also a really easily overlooked item because it's so simple. When you're truly listening to your friends and your customers, you're going to be able to help them much better. It's a really easy way to let them know that you care. And now this part is kind of hard. Try and clear your mind a little bit of what you're going to say next and just truly be in that moment and listening to them. Think for a second about telemarketers. When they call, do they actually listen to what you're saying? Most of the time the answer is no. Their job is to get the sale. Regardless of what you say, they are to push through. Now here's an interesting fact. They are required to get at least 3 no's. At least. So they will keep pushing and keep pushing and keep pushing until you either hang up or you buy. That is what they are trained to do. End of story. Now, This is why telemarketers are a classic example of being pushy. It sells over service every single time. Do they get results? Yes. But am I going to call a telemarketer back and be like, hey, I just ran out of my favorite body wash. Time to send me some more? No, it's not going to happen. Okay, so let's review the things that we talked about today. So, how to be a shareswoman instead of a saleswoman. Number 1, help people find matching items. Matching is great. You can kind of see their tastes already. Just help them out a little bit more. Number 2, give compliments. 3, greet your guests when they come in your booth or at your party. And number 4, ask questions. The challenge for today. I want you to make a conscious effort to greet each of the guests at your next party or the event that you do. Compliment them. Strike up a conversation if it happens. Let us know your result. Comment here over at paparockstars.com/sharing. Let us know how it goes. Let us know if you had different results. Let us know if you think of another thing that maybe will help you be a shares person instead of a salesperson. You never know. We might feature it on an upcoming episode. Okay, ladies, get out there. Have a great week and share. Thanks for listening. We'll catch you next time. Bye-bye.